All children have a right to be in safe, loving homes. Any case where that isn't happening and children are being exploited is a tragedy, Madam Speaker. Sadly, the current New Zealand Adoption Act 1955 has not sufficiently kept up and protected children from the global tragedy that is child trafficking and sexual exploitation. I'd like to personally thank at this time the International Child Protection Unit at Oranga Tamariki for stepping up and working incredibly hard on this serious issue with myself and other agencies. Your work in protecting the vulnerable is nothing short of heroic. As staff at Oranga Tamariki, an agency that is often scrutinised, you do not always get the credit that you deserve. And I would like to thank you on behalf of myself and also a grateful nation for the work that you do in the background on complex and challenging issues such as this. Evidence has shown the absence of strong safeguarding measures has resulted in some adopted children being moved from their home countries into harmful home environments, both within New Zealand and other nations via New Zealand, where they are open to being abused, neglected. Slavery is an issue, open for sexual assault and physical assault. This is just unacceptable. Our current legal protections currently fail to avert that tragedy, and we just cannot allow this to continue. And this is why we find ourselves here, Madam Speaker, under urgency, urgently resolving the risk of harm to children and young people adopted overseas and sometimes brought to New Zealand and sometimes elsewhere. While most adopted children are thought to be safe and secure in their adoptive family environment, we cannot in good conscience allow any level of child exploitation to occur or any risk for that to occur. I acknowledge that the temporary suspension of Section 17, which recognises adoptions made overseas for the purposes of citizenship and immigration, may be disappointing for some families. But please be aware that we do not make this decision lightly. We make this decision only with the thoughts of the safety of young people in our minds. There are people seeking to be great parents, but whose pathway to adoption may be lengthened by this. We will find an enduring solution as quickly as we possibly can. But preventing the risk of harm to children and young people is what matters most now, Madam Speaker. That is our responsibility, whether they are our child or not, and as a nation, we need to work together to make sure that our children are safe. I put my hand up to enter Parliament, Madam Speaker, on the sole purpose of caring for and protecting children and young people in New Zealand. Whether that harm through adoption is happening in our soil or overseas soil, we have a responsibility to make sure that they are protected from those heinous crimes. Madam Speaker, I am grateful for the hard work across government agencies to make sure that this has happened in a way where we can make sure that no one is rushing for adoptions right now, and we can make sure that our young people are safe. The other area I would just like to point out, Madam Speaker, is I can truly never understand how hard it would have been for some of these officials with absolutely no pathway to interfere, even when they knew that what they were signing off meant that those children may not be safe. So this is also a shout out to those staff who every day have to sign off these adoptions, that we are making sure that they can make sure that young people are safe when they're signing those documents. So, Madam Speaker, I commend this bill to the House.